Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to find stocks with Finviz for swing trading. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you do, smash that like button, subscribe. And if you guys want to learn more about swing trading on how I find some of these stocks with Mumu, entry points, exits, risk management, we have an amazing school called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, group chat. It's like a college class. And we have an amazing sale for 51% off, which is awesome. You guys can use code TRADER for 51% off. It's fantastic. It's like a college class, lifetime access with the group chat, with everything you guys need to become that full-time swing trader that you want to become. So guys, check it out down below, and let's jump into this here. So all right, so what is Finviz? So Finviz is a stock screener that a lot of traders use to find opportunity. Now, when I first started trading in the market, 8 years ago, I thought traders would just buy stocks that they felt were undervalued. I had no idea that there was a stocks scanner and, screener and, certain criteria you could add. So that's what Finviz is. So it's fantastic because you guys can use it with any broker. And what I mean by that is you guys can have it up on your phone or on your laptop, and you guys can place trades. That's what I've done, and it's worked out very, very well. So let's talk about first kind of how to navigate Finviz, and then we'll talk about some tips and tricks in setting up for your, for swing trading. So Finviz. Looking at it here, we have all the four major indexes: the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, S&P 500, and then we have the Russell 2000. Down off on the right side here, we have the S&P 500 map broken down by sectors. So you guys can see like technology, consumer, communication services, and all this. So we've had a very, very green day in the market, which is always good to see. So now as we go back to the home, you guys will kind of see that we also have all of these. Let me make myself just a little smaller. There we go. That we have all these huge gainers and losers. Now, traders, like day traders, will pay attention to these stocks. For a swing trader, I personally don't trade stocks that are down 85% or up 85%. I'm not that type of trader. I'm a trader where I find a stock on an upward trend that has sold off down to some sort of support line. And this brings me to my next very, very important thing. Your scanner is going to be very, very important for your strategy. Now, what I mean by that is if you are a short trader, you're going to have a different scanner than a long trader, if that makes sense. So let's talk about pretty much what I do. So the first thing I do is I go down to this tab down here. This here is super important because this will show you stocks that are on support, resistance, horizontal support, have a wedge up, wedge down, and all of these different patterns. So if you lack pattern recognition or understanding support lines, this is a great way to find plays. The next thing here is the other ones here, like channel up, channel down, double tap, multiple top, double bottom, multiple bottom, head and shoulders. So more pattern recognition. As we scroll down, we have, headlines. So this is going to be like important news. As we go off to the right-hand side, we have other major news right here. Recent quotes. We have any earnings coming up right here. And then another thing that I actually do pay attention to quite often is going to be insider trading and seeing what like CEOs are doing, seeing what executives are doing. And, just incentivizes you a little more. Like if you see a CEO buy, $10 million worth of stock in the company, you might go, well, he knows a lot more than I do, so maybe I should pick up a couple of shares. So I think that's very important here. All right, so the next thing that I do here after you understand this is to go to this groups tab. This group tab is broken down by sector. So what you want to do is look at the past, month, week, and in the past day here and see what sectors are performing well. So if we look at energy's up this past month, energy's up this past week, and then energy's kind of in the middle in the past day. So, I think this is important here to kind of get a general gauge of what the past month, week, and day sectors that are looking hot. All right, after you do this, the next thing you do is you go to the screener tab right here. This is going to be where you spend 99% of your time. When I load into Finviz, I literally click from the home and I immediately go to the screener. I don't even pay attention to the first couple of pages. But all right, What you want to do here, for me and my approach in my checklist, I love finding a stock that has an upward trend, sold off down to a support line here. So we want to go to this all tab. So this all tab will put the descriptive, fundamental, technical, news, ETF all in one place. So you're not like actively clicking between them all like that. So we'll put them all here. So the thing is like I was talking about sector. So if you want to focus on certain sector, you guys could do it, this way, but we'll just ignore that here right now. All right. So the first thing that I always do when it comes with finding stocks with opportunity is I want a stock that has some sort of good relative volume. Relative volume is pretty much just the overall demand for the stock. Historically, the higher up you go, so like if we go to like anything over 10 are going to be stocks that are crazy volatile. These are going to be like day trading stocks. We'll go over zero point 0.5 or over 0.75. So you guys can see that it dropped it to about 5,100 stocks. So we don't want to go and look through all of those stocks. We want to continue to navigate this here the best we can. So the next thing here is average volume. We want an average volume of over about 500K. So we can go over 500K. So now it knocked it from about 5,100 to about 1,900 stocks. Now the next thing we want to do here is find the pattern. Pattern's very, very important here. So going here to the pattern tab, right above the relative volume, you guys can see we have channel up, we have TL support, which means trend line support. So the main ones that I pay attention to are going to be TL support strong, and then channel up and channel up strong. So we'll go TL support strong. So now here it dropped from 1,900 stocks to about 58 stocks. So what else do we want to look for? So there's other things you guys can do. You guys could change the certain price. Some traders like to find stocks that are at least over $5. That's what I like to do. So now we're down to 50 opportunities, right? So now here we can go to this charts and we can kind of see the general gauge of where plays could happen. So this one here, AXGN, if you see one that looks interesting, you can click on it and you guys can see this nice trend line. So what I want to do is I want to pull it up on my main broker, which is Moomoo. And I'll put a link to Moomoo. I'll put a link to Finviz, all of them down below. So AXGN. So this one here, AXGN. So now as we go to like that daily time frame here, let's go ahead and zoom out a little. Let's remove some of these moving average lines and just look at, try to draw out some nice support lines here. So we know we have a trend line kind of like this, right? So now each and every time it hits this red line, what do we notice happens? Hits it, buying pressure. Hits it, buying pressure. Hits it, buying pressure. Hits it, buying pressure. So now what we could do is enter on this trend line. Let's go ahead and draw this out. We could enter on this trend line, keep our stop loss about 2 to 3% for a possible push up to resistance at about 21, which is a 4.8 risk versus reward. So now the reason why this is so incredibly important here is if we are starting out with a small amount of money with maybe $1,000, $2,000, and we find a stock like this, maybe 30, 35 times over the course of a year, risking that 3% with a 4-to-1, right? Risk and reward here. 4.8. We'll round down a little, because sometimes we're not super precise on it. So we'll go 4-to-1. Now, your win-loss percentage, okay? This one here could be near around 40%. And guess what? Your $1,000 has grown to over $2,200, which is astonishing. That's exactly what we want. But we don't just base a trade based off this, right? There's other things that you should have in your checklist, like looking at confirmation, trying to find some support here. So like one of the approaches I love is like trend line breakout. So, we can draw out like a nice little trend line on a lower time frame here like this and get in on that breakout here at like 17, keeping your stops below that helps risk management. But anyways, going back to like Finviz here, we'll go back to the screener and we'll just continue to search for opportunities. So ideally, you're looking for that stock on an upward trend that's sold off down to a support line, right? So yeah, for me, I would rather have less things in my criteria and just spend a little more time looking for opportunities than, missing out on plays by being too specific on my scanner. So, and of course, I'll go ahead and throw in other things occasionally. Like I'll do performance. In the past year, I could do up, 10%. So now we have that stocks really that have that good buying pressure, right? So, this is something that you guys can do as well, looking for those plays. But yeah, that's pretty much how I find stocks with Finvez. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you guys did, check out our school where we talk about entry points for these plays. How I've made, this past month, we're at like $5,400 in profits from swing trading, which is awesome. So guys, if you want to elevate your trading game, check out our school, Code Trader, 51% off. And then if you want a good broker for trading, check out Mumu, completely free to use. So guys, we'll see you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and take care.